What is going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel for another video. In my last video we talked a little bit about strength training. Today we're going to be talking about yo-yo dieting. What is it? Is it good for you? Is it bad for you? How can you avoid it? Because clearly it's not good for you. So what is yo-yo dieting? The easiest way to explain it is just think of it like a yo-yo. That's why it's called yo-yo dieting. What it means is you're on the diet, you're off the diet, you're on the diet, you're off the diet. It's not to be confused. Don't confuse this with like cutting and bulking, or a mini cut and a mini bulk. That's not yo-yo dieting because you're being smart about it, right? You're adding calories and then you're lowering calories and then you're adding calories. That's different. Yo-yo dieting is like, it's a more extreme version of, you know, let's say you have a cheat meal on Saturday. It's a more extreme version of that. You eat healthy, 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 and then bam, you're not eating healthy. But then the thing is, it's way more extreme because in this example that I just gave, you would go right back to your old diet, and no harm, no foul. I mean, honestly, and in a lot of cases it helps you. The best example I can give is for competitors, and this actually happened to myself on my first show. This is where I saw it, and it can be not dangerous, but you'll see what I'm talking about here in a second. So I weighed 185 going into my show, my first show ever. I had never ever hit, I might have even been a little bit less than that, but I had never hit 200 pounds up to this point, and that was like, you know, as a kid, like that's a goal. Like 200 is like, what? You know, a lot of people aren't 200 if you're 5'9", so it's just a big goal. And I never hit it up until this point. So I'm 185, I went to the show, everything was cool. Now you're extreme dieting. I mean, competitors do really extreme dieting, and this can be true for normal people as well. But after the show, you know, I started eating all the food that I wanted again, and it felt great. You know, you feel good, you feel full. I got big. I swear to you, I went from 185 to 205 pounds. Now, what's wrong with this? The thing is, and I didn't know at the time because I was new to lifting and everything, this can actually, your body can, when you do that, it can add fat cells to your body, because what's happening is you're so calorie restricted, or your caloric intake is restricted, however you want to think of it. Your calories are not a lot. Like let's say they're 2,000 maybe for me, or 1,600. Like that's way, way low, right, for the show. And then after, let's say you go all the way up to 3,000, 4,000. I mean, I can do that easily, you know, on McDonald's, Chick-fil-A, pizza, you know, ice cream. And what happens is, if you don't switch back to healthy eating, then your body is like, we're getting this surplus day after day, and I gotta have a place to store it and hold on. Like, what if he needs it? Or, you know what I mean? And so your body actually creates fat cells. And this is proven in a legitimate study that I read about, like, recently. I didn't actually know this until very, very recently, but that's why. So I went all the way up to 205, and I felt better and I felt bigger, but I actually gained, you know, fat cells, and that's bad. I didn't even know that until, like I said, recent. So what you want to do is you want to avoid it, and the best way to avoid it is you have to realize when you compete, yes, you can go out and have that cheat meal, but then you have to almost get back on your show diet and reverse your way out slowly. You got to be smart about it. Now, if you're not a competitor, you might be sitting there saying like, Mike, well, why is this important to me? It's important to you because if you do go on a diet, let's say New Year's, I know it's July, whatever, New Year's in July, New Year's in summer, whatever, you make a commitment, and for a month you're gonna eat healthy, and you kill it, you're killing it, and then you go on a business trip or this or that, or, you know, life comes up and you stop. You just went from exactly what I'm talking about. You went from a strict, nice diet where you're doing cardio and all that, and then you went to a huge surplus. And then now you're even fatter, even heavier than ever. And that's why, for lack of a better term, sometimes fat or bigger people they'll do really well for 3 months, and then they hit a plateau and they get a little discouraged and they have a landslide for a week or two, right? And then they end up bigger than they were before, and they're like, yo, this fitness stuff is a BS. I'm heavier than I was, and I just ate healthy for 3 months, and then they blame it on that. But really what happened is, now we know because of this study, they killed it on their diet, and they should have stayed the course. They should have figured out other alternatives, but they didn't, and because they failed, their body responded by adding fat cells to store all the excess, and now they're heavier than ever, and they have fitness to blame for it. So do not let yourself be caught in that trap. I don't want to make this video super long today, but in a nutshell, that's yo-yo dieting. So just avoid that at all costs. If you can avoid that, I mean, hey, you're gonna be on your way to success. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like the video if you enjoyed it. Comment down below if you made it this far. Be sure to click that subscribe button so you don't miss any of my new upcoming content, and follow if you're watching me on IG. Until next time, guys, I'll see you later.